Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Today, we're diving into a topic that stirs up all kinds of emotions, ideas, and sometimes arguments. Let's talk about large families. Having lots of kids. Is it a blessing, a burden, or just a lifestyle choice that comes with both? Let me ask you, have you ever wondered what it's like to grow up with 5, 6, maybe even 10 siblings? Or maybe you're someone who did, and you're still trying to get a word in at the dinner table. Let's walk through the big picture together and explore the pros and cons of having many children, without judgment, just reflection. Let's start with the upsides, because, let's be honest, there's something undeniably beautiful about a house full of life. For one, companionship. In large families, loneliness isn't something you come across often. There's always someone to talk to, play with, or argue over the remote with. Siblings can be built-in best friends, or at the very least, reliable co-survivors of parental rules. Then there's emotional development. Children in big families often learn cooperation, patience, and empathy at an early age. After all, when you're one of many, you quickly realize the world doesn't revolve around you, and that's a useful lesson for adulthood. Another pro, responsibility. In larger families, older kids often take on small responsibilities, helping with chores, younger siblings, or family routines. Some say this builds strong life skills and a sense of leadership. Plus, it prepares them for future teamwork, whether at home or in the workplace. Culturally and historically, large families have symbolized strength, prosperity, and legacy. In some traditions, having many children was a sign of success or even spiritual richness. Even today, in some parts of the world, families view children as social and economic support for the future. And let's not forget the emotional rewards for parents. Watching a family grow, seeing bonds form, witnessing milestones across multiple lives. For some, it's a dream fulfilled. But now, let's talk about the other side. Because raising one child is a challenge, raising several is a completely different world. The first and most obvious, financial strain. Kids are expensive. Education, food, clothing, housing, activities. Multiply that by 5 or 6, and it's easy to see how budgets stretch thin. In modern urban life, space and resources are already limited. Add in rising costs of living, and even basic things like healthcare or schooling can become overwhelming. Next is time and energy. Parenting is full-time work, and when there are more children than hours in the day, individual attention becomes a luxury. Emotional bonding can get spread thin. Some children may grow up feeling unseen or unheard, especially in households where parents are simply exhausted. Then there's logistical chaos. Just picture trying to get 6 kids dressed, fed, and out the door on time. Doctor's appointments, homework help, birthday parties. It's a constant cycle of moving parts, and someone always needs something. Modern lifestyles aren't always designed for big families. In many countries, apartments are small, work hours are long, and public systems don't offer much support. This leads to burnout, especially for mothers, who often carry the emotional and physical load of managing large households. And while older children may develop responsibility, they may also carry emotional burdens, growing up too fast, sacrificing their own interests, or feeling pressure to help raise their siblings. Childhood shouldn't be a full-time job. Then comes the issue of quality versus quantity. It's not just about bringing a child into the world. It's about raising them with love, time, education, support. If parents can't fully meet the needs of each child, the risk of neglect, emotional or otherwise, increases. Not intentionally, but realistically. On a broader level, many governments today are facing population decline, and they actively encourage families to have more children. But the encouragement often doesn't come with real support. No affordable childcare, no parental leave, no public housing, just slogans. and families are left to carry the weight alone. On the flip side, in some societies, large families were once seen as a solution to national pride or labor force. But in today's world, one facing climate issues, urban congestion, and economic inequality, some wonder, is more really better? Let's not forget the emotional toll on parents themselves. Constant stress, interrupted sleep, financial anxiety, all of it adds up. And while some thrive in this environment, others silently suffer, afraid to admit they're overwhelmed. Especially in cultures where motherhood or fatherhood is glorified as self-sacrifice. Now, there's a popular argument that having many children ensures you're never alone in old age, that they'll take care of you. But that's not guaranteed. Children grow up, move away, have their own lives, or relationships may not turn out the way parents hoped. Parenthood is not a transaction. It's an act of giving, without expecting returns. And let's not ignore children's autonomy. They don't choose to be born into large families. Their environment affects everything, from self-worth to education, from their dreams to the dynamics they carry into adulthood. So, what's the answer? Is having many children good or bad? There is no universal answer. It depends on the parents, the circumstances, the values, the culture, the resources, the time, the love. Some thrive in big families, creating a warm, joyful symphony of life. Others suffer in silence, worn thin by the weight of too many roles and not enough rest. What matters most is intention and capacity. Not just the ability to have children, but the ability to raise human beings well, with presence, not just provision, with care, not just discipline, with listening, not just talking. In the end, every child deserves to be wanted, not just born. Every child deserves a full life, not just survival. So whether one or many, planned or unexpected, raising children is perhaps the most powerful and delicate task in the world. And it deserves more than slogans. It deserves thought, care, and above all, love. Thanks for staying with me through this reflection. If you found this discussion meaningful, I'd love to have you subscribe. It helps me share more thoughtful content like this with people who care. Until next time, take care of yourself and those around you.